Celebration Sunday comes from the Book of Ephesians. And if you take a minute and look at that bright yellow bulletin cover, I will explain why I chose this. This is Paul in his letter to the Ephesian people at Ephesus, who were some of the stronger people that were new Christians after Jesus ascended into heaven. And so Paul's mission was to strengthen them and give them hope and teach them, if you will, how to stand strong. Well, as I read this morning, and you look at this table over here, I hope that you see the connection. And I thought it was appropriate that this was the verse for Logan. And so I'm reading Ephesians Chapter 6, and I'll be reading, I will be in a minute. I'll be reading 14 to 17. So let's hear the words of Paul to the church at Ephesus. Stand, therefore, and fasten the belt of truth around your waist. Put on the breastplate of righteousness. As shoes for your feet, put on whatever will make you ready to proclaim the gospel of peace. With all these, take up the shield of faith, with which you will be able to quench all the flaming arrows of the evil one. Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. This is the word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
And now, it's my honor this morning to share my pulpit with Logan Gould. And yes, you may applaud. All right. Yeah, absolutely. So, we haven't rehearsed this, just to let you all know, but it's going to come out just fine. Put on the belt of truth. Hang on. Yeah. And he has long pants on when he's climbing, trust me. Now, Logan also has helped Elsie and I for the last few years on the farm. And one thing that he did when, it's all right, I can talk as long as I need. Okay, yeah. The important thing is that this young man came after he enrolled and made the decision to attend the lineman program at Alpena, and he's a kind of a quiet guy, right? But I've never seen a smile when he hopped out of the car and he had his equipment in the back of his car. And I, being as excited as he was, I said, can I pick it up? And, oh, that's nothing, yeah. I could pick it up because it's empty. One hand. When all of this is loaded in there, it becomes 60 pounds. Are you on mic? Okay. Not sure. We're going to test that mic. Yes. All right. Test the 60 mic. Pounds. 60 pounds is what this pack is. And there's a couple ways to carry it. You wanted to show them this one first? Yeah. Okay. Explain, Lucy.
So, it's a waterproof bag, pretty nice. And then I can either carry it like you would carry like a normal duffel bag, or it's also got these very, very convenient backpack straps, and then I can just throw it on like this, and yeah.
Yeah.
My back doesn't like it sometimes, but
That's 60 pounds on his back, right?
Yep, and then it goes like this. I can just carry it and go to class.
And go to class. Or go to work is
Now,
what the
go to work.
now go to work. Yeah. And sometimes they had you carry that stuff around.
Yep.
Yeah. Just to be able to get used to carrying that load. All right. Explain, Lucy.
Okay, so these are my climbers. Since I don't have this one on.
That's all right.
There's a spike in it, and it goes on the inside of my foot. And then with these, that's what digs into the pole. And I kind of have to have my feet at about that angle. And you just pretty much step in the pole, and then your next foot steps in. Make sure you lock your leg, or else you'll fall. Learn that the hard way. But
And you've seen some of your classmates learn the hard way?
okay, so
There it is.
since we're talking about that, this
Yeah.
strap right here is our primary strap,
Go ahead.
and it goes on my belt. Like that. And then this strap opens up and goes around the pole, and I can adjust it to however big the pole is. And so
I'll be the pole.
goes like this. And there's there's this metal over here and this over here. And this, say if I were to fall, if you have it tightened, it'll like cinch around the pole so you only fall a foot or two, and then you smack into the pole. A lot better than back in the old days where they would fall about 30 feet and break their ankles. So this is what keeps us on the pole. But some guys like to go nice and fast, and so they won't tighten this up all the way, and then they'll end up sliding all the way down the pole. And so I've seen people fall anywhere from 20 feet to about 30 feet. And the one dude fell 30 feet right onto his back. He hopped right up and was okay somehow. But that's how it is.
So that pausing to talk about why you take courage from all of the armor of God. And Christy, can you put up the, for 1 minute, streamers, we'll be back with you, but I'd like them to see the comparable thing in first century Christendom. Did you see this? Yeah, move out here. There it is, okay? This is the modern day of that with a little spiritual thrown in, you know what I'm saying? But that is what they had to haul around, not unlike what Logan has to haul around. Now, let's go back to the stream so my streamers can see Logan do the rest of this. Those spikes are sharp, obviously. And can you tell them a little bit while you're doing that about the poles that you had to take down from the class before yours? And then with all the holes in them?
Oh yeah, so so we had 2 climbing yards. We had an outdoor climbing yard where we set up all of our poles. Like we just do whatever the teachers tell us. At the beginning of the year, outside they started us with shovels, digging 7-foot holes with a shovel that's about 5 feet. So you can imagine that doesn't go too well. I was like this, with my hand down in the hole to dig this hole. It was not fun. We have bucket trucks that can do that, and they have an auger that just drills out the hole in a minute, but teacher wanted to make it hard on us, so we learned the hard way. It worked. We got it done.
That's called endurance.
And then we also have an indoor climbing yard where the poles are set pretty much in just a little concrete hole down into the ground. And those poles don't get changed out very often, so when we got there, there was cracks in the pole that I could stick my whole hand into, and we still had to climb them. You kind of just get used to it after a while.
These are all wooden poles, obviously. It's not the big metal ones that they put in. All right, so we have your feet, and we have your survival belt, I'll call it, because that's the one that keeps him on the pole and alive. Where are we going now?
So I also have this strap, and so on the pole, there's things like cross arms, which are the wooden things that go across this way. And if we want to climb over it, the new safety rules, we have to always have a belt in the pole. So, and then this thing, I'll have on one side. Yeah, you can be. Here, put your arms out. That'll be a good.
Oh, I can be the cross pole.
Yep. So this
'Kay.
strap would be down here, and then this one, I would have to I'd have to put up over here like this, and then after that I would take this one off, put this one over the top of it, and then I could finally take this off, and then I'd take this one, and it would be up on the top. And so
Up on the top.
yeah, this one, as you can see, it doesn't have the same safety features as this one, where if I fall, it'll lock right into the pole. So this one, you kind of have to just trust yourself climbing and not fall. Or
There
you
is-
go a long ways.
There is risk involved every step of the way.
And then got my hard hat.
Yes.
Always have to wear that.
That's the helmet.
Got a rope. Always have to have this. You never know what. Sometimes the teacher makes us tie knots. We have to tie knots to send stuff down or up. So always have my rope with me.
So the deal is, when he gets all set and has, how many hours have you climbed about? I mean, yeah,
10 hours a week.
times 15.
Yeah, times 15, and then the other one was 8 hours a week times another, 10 hours a week times 16, and then another 8 hours a week times another 16, so
And that's all
quite a bit.
pretty much manual, up and down. And that is the days, not unlike our breastplate of righteousness and sword in first century Christendom. That's the hard way to do it, but that's the only way linemen before him had to do it. And like he says, now there is, hopefully when he gets going, talk about your apprenticeship and
Okay,
whatever.
so on the 23rd, I'm going to apply for the union, and I will have to wait for an interview, and then based on how I rank in the interview, if I rank up top, which hopefully I will, then I'll get an apprenticeship really quick. And the apprenticeship is 3.5 years. There's 7 steps. It's 1,000 hours for each step. And so, yeah. And then after that, I'll become a journeyman, and I can go to whatever company anywhere in the country that I please.
And what this says is now we bring ourselves together with his faith and his determination and his stick-to-itiveness and his attitude about, if, I can be down and there's other dudes that are slacking off, but I got to do the right thing. That's the only thing, not the only thing, that's the most important thing I've learned about this guy, right? And that is what I believe has allowed him to go through this program and graduate, people, with the gold cords, honors. And oh wait, there's more, this is you, I know, I'm sweating as bad as you are.
Oh, yeah, I got all this gear.
Yeah, take your gear off, okay,
At least this.
At least that, make him a little bit cooler, we're both sweating up here. And put that back on just for a minute. I can be the pole. There's a pole picture. Uh-oh. She waited a long time to say that.
It won't go around that. I'll put it down.
I'll be this pole. I'll be this pole. Okay, how's that, streamers? You got a little shot there. All right. Here's the bonus part of this presentation this morning. Logan could have taken a 1-year certificate program, right? And I love this part of the story, so I'm going to say, and that's the program he wanted. Wouldn't you want to do the fastest way to do that? And so he applied, and that program was filled, right?
It was filled for about 2 years, they said. So I would have to wait about 2 years before I could even get into it. But then they told me that there was a 2-year program that I'd just do all of my normal, required classes first, and then I'd do all my climbing and stuff my second year. And I said, sure, sign me up. So that's what we did.
And that's what we did. And that turned into an Associates of Applied Science and an honors program. And a certificate
In
utility technology, which is the lineman's part. Mm-hmm. So a certificate, an associate's degree in applied science, and isn't there a third one?
No, but I have a bunch of things from it. I have a fiber certificate, so I'm able to work in fiber if I want. That's all the wires below the power lines. But
Yeah. We won't give you the details because he's sweating to death. But he is, here is the bottom line. I believe that this guy is equipped to go in the world and make a difference, not only because he's extraordinary in making choices and quiet, right? But he has stuck with God all the way. I remember the first time I came into the parking lot and we did, Jill, I'm remembering, we had a youth event. I remember David was chalking, it was for Trunk Treasures or something like that. And he came out, I still have his picture. He was about like this tall then, you know. It's been the honor for me to see this boy turn into a road that will be a career, and he's taken God out the door with him. And that is also because of two other things. One thing is that this group of people that love him the same way, we are the church, and the church can be active and support our folks. And the other two, and they're not going to like it, but I gotta have, would you two please stand up? Jill and Al Gould. Turn around and look at them. Turn around and look at them. That, my friends, are two people that are faithful to God and have raised a herd of kids. And there's more to come for him. I love you.
thank you. Love you too.
Logan Gould, ladies and gentlemen. All right, yeah, you can. Yeah, I know. That's right. You can take it down there. We can just take it off. We can get that later. At this time, here's Patty. All right. At this time, we'll receive our offerings, and we're doing it a new way because of COVID. And if you have a contribution for us, because we are running a little bit behind at this time, and usually we're climbing out of our hole. The treasure chest is at the back of the church, and on your way out, if you could drop that, we would definitely appreciate it for the work of the church. And now, enjoy Patty Chonich as she directs our choir.